processed.
Hello.
Have touched it.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, this one people have secondary processed. They've gone through and cleared and sanded a little bit.
Yeah. Like here, this one right here, honestly, is like pretty good.
Yeah.
It's got little bits of supports.
Yeah, so you can see the support nubs.
But that's not that big of a deal.
Jason's building models.
Hello.
Hello. I had more hands to be able to...
The Twitch app is awful now. Big Bob, have you been sleeping? Because when was Twitch app good?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Can somebody answer me that?
I'm not sure it's
I don't think that's ever been a thing, dude. This is Twitch we're talking about.
Chaos Crew, Chaotic Neutral Schleppy.
If you think the Twitch app on your phone is bad, go try to watch it on your television. Go get the Twitch app for TV. If you want ultra bad.
Which you would imagine would probably work pretty good, considering it's called Twitch TV.
That's a stretch, Jordan.
I mean, it's a little bit of a stretch, but I thought it was pretty good at least.
Welcome, everybody, to Wednesday.
We're here. We're alive. We are surviving the day.
Trying to put together some models.
I mean, I would say you're successfully putting together
the title of the show is They Keep Dragging Me Back In because, look.
It's so true.
War Machine. What the absolute hell is happening, chat?
They got us good. Well, they got you good. They already had me.
The hell is happening here, chat?
It's hard when my friends are just like, yo, do this.
When your friends are enablers.
Yeah.
Totally. You both are wildly out of frame currently.
I'm not doing anything of any value.
Okay.
People can talk. It's fine.
Hi, Wad.
Hello. Wad tomato. Oh, wait. Where's the thing on the right, Shelby?
Oh.
We're missing the thing on the right.
Yeah, gotta do that
I'm
one.
pulling print supports. What thing on the right?
The thing.
It has the chat on the right, but it also has all the notifications and stuff.
That's not her fault.
I didn't say it was.
Somebody else set all this stuff up.
Christopher.
Got a little limited amount of supports off of all this crap. They're all 3D printed models now, which I applaud them for giving a go. Quality is pretty okay.
Yeah, I remember seeing some of the original ones that they sent out, which, you know, I think kudos them for trying something that was relatively new at the time. As far as like delivering 3D prints as a final product. I think these are definitely a lot better than they have been in the past.
Yeah, the initial ones felt a little last-ditch effort.
Yeah.
You know, stay viable one last time. These are definitely better.
Mm-hmm.
The cleanup on all but one has been really good.
Yeah.
I had one that was really messy.
Apple Jackson, thank you for the sub.
Still, I would have to compare it to like putting together a multi-piece, you know, crazy amount of Space Marines or something.
I mean,
and realizing that, you know, it's less cleanup than that will ever be.
Yeah.
So,
because I
can't be too mad at it.
I look at this model and I'm like, how much of a pain in the rear would this be to clean out, clip out, and assemble in plastic? Like, this model would be a nightmare.
Yeah, it'd be a bunch of little fiddly bits and.
Yeah, I would not be super happy with my life.
Be pretty bad.
It is hilarious though that those are made out of different color resins.
This model is 5 different resins.
Yeah.
For 5 pieces. 5 for 5.
That's so funny.
I feel like they just have the resin in multiple colors on the shelf. Or that maybe well, no, I can't even say that they do particular things in certain color resins because this thing has 3 separate heads and all 3 heads are in different colors. So very interesting.
Did you you're just gonna glue those in, or you're just gonna magnetize them?
It only came with 1 set of heads, so it's getting glued in.
Oh, it only has 1 set of heads?
This is the one in the Battle Force, and it's only the way it comes. All the stuff in the Battle Force, the jacks and everything, only come one way.
Oh, really?
You might be able to get expansion kits for them. I don't know. I don't care.
Oh, weird.
But the ones in the character box set that had the 3 things, They came with a lot of pieces.
Oh, okay, because the
It
Crix
had
one that I have.
the one in the character set has a lot of different pieces for different stuff. So I didn't choose to build it because I don't know what all those pieces do, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I probably am just gonna always build them based on what I think looks cool.
I mean, I can magnetize them for you if you want.
I don't like that at all.
Okay.
Not a big fan of magnetizing models.
I have the magnets. I'm willing to offer.
I'm
my
not.
time
I don't
and
really
effort to
care about WYSIWYG. I mean, it'll suck if somebody along the line says, "Oh yeah, you know, the War Machine tournament you want to play in requires everything to be exactly as represented on the battlefield." But I'm like, I doubt that's the case.
Charles, CF3PO over here from Steamforge Games.
He here?
He is here. He's given
What's
us
up, Charles?
He's given us a little bit of clarification.
What's that?
So the core expansions,
Ow.
which is the one that you're talking about,
Yeah,
have character warjacks and war beasts. So
that's what I thought. It came the way it was.
Alternate pieces.
Yeah.
The
So they've
battle
had
group
different
boxes-
stuff from because it's the same body as the one in the 3-pack,
Yeah, but it has like special.
but this
head
had different heads on it. So I figured I'm just going to go with this, and then I'll read the rules and figure out what the other one is, and decide between like what's the best loadout for it versus what looks the coolest.
We should.
Because it already has like some pieces in the bag that look the coolest, so that's probably what's going to go on it. And I'm just going to have to tell people when I play that, okay, this has got X, Y, and Z. You can trust me. It's fine.
We should. Once we get, I don't know, 30 points or something together, we should throw a game together and figure out how the heck this game works. I'm sure it's probably very similar to how we remember.
It works that I have hydras that eat you.
I mean, that model is very cool. I'm gonna be honest.
I have hydras that eat
That model
you.
is very cool.
I was right when Mark III ended.
Yeah.
I was really into Legion.
Oh, really?
It was the biggest thing that I was playing was Legion of Everblight.
Oh, that's cool.
I was a big Azrael and Zuriel fan. I love that look.
Yeah.
I had all the Dragon Ogres.
Uh
and
huh.
all
Oh,
that
those are
stuff.
sick.
You know,
I love
so
those
I'm
models.
bummed that those models are gone, but these are really cool. They have that chonky, you know,
And
shard of the dragon, evildoer
I know
kind of
Scrumbly
thing going
Dumpus
on.
put a comment in here saying back to my roots, eh?
Ah.
Indeed, back to my roots, indeed. I guess back to our roots,
Silly crooks.
because you also came from War Machine, playing a bunch of War Machine.
Me?
Yeah.
It
You played a lot.
is the game. Okay, so what happened was that I had been playing Infinity. When I moved to Arizona in 2014, Infinity was my game. It was new. It felt fresh. I was playing Infinity. I liked the look of it.
does look really
And
cool.
I was playing Yuching and JSA, which at the time was the same thing. JSA was just a sub-faction of Yuching.
Yeah.
And so I was playing a lot of Infinity, and I got to networked around the community, and of course we have a huge Infinity, or did have a huge Infinity community around here because of Tom and Kip from MayaCast, which was the big Infinity podcast.
Oh, I didn't realize
locally
they were
based,
local.
right?
That's cool.
So they were based locally, and they put on game nights at the local game store. When I first moved here, that game store was in Scottsdale. Then Games U opened up over in Gilbert, and they moved there because they lived over there. And
Oh,
so I would
cool.
go and play Infinity all the time. Well, Infinity got to a point where it really, really bummed me out. They went to N2, or I think it was N2 or N3. I don't remember.
N2
They changed
was
the rule
pretty
set.
rough.
Changed the rule set, and a lot of the missions that came out were really not fun for a guy like me to play. I like to shoot stuff, blow stuff up. It's why I play war games. I get the idea of running around and pushing buttons, and being a more strategic player kind of a thing. I get that. It's cool when some of the missions have aspects that a army that can't beat up the opponent can still get victory points and have a
for
chance
sure.
at winning. I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. But it still needs to be based in a fundamental understanding that if I wipe you out, I win.
Yes.
Because
I 100% agree.
If I kill your whole army, I am at my leisure ability to walk around and push all the buttons.
Yep.
Get all of the things. Because you're dead. Right? And so I'm always a fan of there being a kill condition that can win you the game. I've wiped out X amount of your force, you retreat, you lose.
Yep.
Right? Because you no longer have the ability to stay on the battlefield. Infinity was written at the time to where if you were forced into retreat, the game ended on the retreating team's next turn.
Yes. Yep.
And that's absolutely not fair because the retreating team then could gather a bunch of victory conditions without having to actually face any repercussions because the game just ended. I didn't get a return fire at them. So I had an army that was putting people into retreat early because it was very fire focused and very high hit count, right? I was playing combined army.
Oh, geez. Okay.
I had very few models, but all of them wrecked you. So
armies,
all you really had to do was focus fire on me, and I was easy to kill. I didn't have anything that was super OP, except that in my shooting phase, if I had line of sight to you, you died in droves. And it was at the time where a lot of people were playing lots of activations, lots of small, cheap dudes, so they could get the activations to run their couple of big dudes around and do all the things.
Yep.
And I was just built to counter that. I legitimately built my list to counter that. And so the big tournament called Arizona Armageddon that was played here had, I don't know, maybe 100 people in it. And I went from placing in top 3, top 5 pretty regularly to placing like nearly dead last in that one. I didn't quite get dead last, but I placed nearly dead last because everybody realized my army was killy. And so they would just run from me and wait until they went into retreat. One guy did it and told all of his travel buddies to do it, and then everybody I played, they just told him the same thing. Just let him kill enough of your army to put you in retreat, and then get all the victory points in your last turn and win the game on victory condition.
That's not cool.
So they cut the game short. I didn't even get to play my full game. In the turns I did get, I walloped them, and I still lost. So I got very bummed out. I'm competitive to the point to where that just didn't fly with me. And at the end of that, I said, long story, sorry. A lot of people here in chat probably remember a lot of this, but I said, okay, I'm going to start a new game. There's 2 slow grow leagues going on. One of them was Age of Sigmar, and the other one was War Machine.
Yep.
And so I bought my armies for both. I got Flesh Eater Corpse for Age of Sigmar, and I got the Khador Battle Force for... I had a bunch of War Machine from when Privateer Press had done a whole bunch of stream promotions with me. So you guys had sent a huge box. This is probably before you were even there.
I mean, no, well, if AOS was out, it would have been, well, I was there.
This was 2016, 17?
I was there in 2017.
Okay, so maybe right about the time you were getting there.
Yeah.
So you had sent me a big box of promo War Machine stuff to paint and give away on stream. And so I painted some and things like that. And so I put together the Khador battle box along with, got some other stuff to grow my force. And it just wound up that out of those 2, the community for War Machine was a lot more fun to play with.
Yeah.
And so I got into War Machine. Again, I had played in Mark 1.5, 1 and 1.5. Right as Hordes was coming out is when I originally got into War Machine, because that's when I left Games Workshop. That's when I was no longer working at Games Workshop. War Machine was making a stir. I started playing. I liked it a lot, but I was in Southern California, and the people that were playing there were absolute garbage individuals and impossible to play against.
Right.
Cheaters, all of them. Like my buddy Dan and I would go and try to play at stores, and they were win at all costs. It felt horrible. I didn't like playing. So I exited. But then I got back into it. It was great.
Game delay, I did not name the stream today. That was Jason. Jason was in here early.
yeah. We're not going to talk about their competing paints. But yeah, so I'm excited about it. Charles, C3PO in chat there, was kind enough to get us some models at Gen Con so that we can throw some paint at them, have some fun. I was a big Signar fan, and so I had Signar and Everblight. Actually, Circle and Everblight were my 2 armies that I was playing the most of when I exited the game, back when Mark III was doing the blow the world up thing with whatever they called it. Lets everybody play these 4 models. What was that? Archons?
Yeah, I that was a part of it that I also didn't really care for. I know
like
exactly
every game I played, and Charles called this out. Steamforge Games taking it over now. They obviously know some of the issues, and Charles has been with Privateer Press for a long time. And Charles made me laugh because he was like, yeah, it got to feel like you were playing against armies that said they were Khador, but it was really like a Warcaster, perhaps a Warjack or 2, right, to form the battle group, to have him fill up all of his points for, his battle group.
Yep.
And then it was all mercenaries.
Yep.
Because when they were blowing up the world, they made it a stew of lists that you could build.
Yep.
And it was really odd to me it made it not very fun. You know, I wasn't having the fun I wanted to have playing the game. So, because every army I played against felt exactly the same. They were all like Kador or Minoth with Archons. And I was playing Grimkin a lot.
God, I love Grimkin.
Oh, they're great. Still some of the best models they ever did.
Great.
You know, when they first came out, I laughed because I was like, these don't fit the aesthetic at all. But then I got the models, and I started painting them colorfully and, you know, having fun with them. And, you know, we painted the what was she called?
Not
the Dreamer, the little kid with the big monster.
That's Dreamer.
The child. It was the child.
Dreamer.
She was called the child. The Dreamer is the floaty lady with the moons.
Oh, yeah.
The child has the big monster behind her, and
Yes.
she's the little bitty character on there.
I remember now.
We painted him on stream like Mork from Orc. He had the rainbow colored suspenders and the green polka dotted pants.
I think I've actually seen this.
It's in the cabinet someplace.
Okay, that's what I've definitely seen this before.
Yeah. So, and after I painted that model, Grimkin became my favorite thing because I had so much fun painting the Grimkin, and so I played them, and they were a really good army too. Now, the Warcasters that were the best were not my favorite. I really liked the Child, but it was like King of Nothing that was really good and stuff like that, and I didn't like his playstyle. It was very cagey.
I liked the King of Nothing model. It was really cool. With the tree little guy sitting in the tree with the apple.
It was interesting. They were all, you know, they were exactly what they were meant to be, which was kind of like nightmare fuel, you know, crazy, disjointed oddities that work really well.
Let's see here. Charles. Jordan, you think about doing white on the models? It is my old school traditional...
He did mention that.
That was the color scheme for my old Cricks. So, for a little bit of story time with Jordan, before I started working at Privateer Press, I had moved from playing Magic, like, very, very competitively. I was playing way too much Magic. And I got to the point where I was pretty bored of it and I needed a break. And so I was introduced to War Machine because I had played a lot of, you know, 40K and things in the past. And I was like, I want something new and something fresh. And War Machine was really cool. It was in the lull where 40K was kind of like not doing it right. And it was just perfect time.
Wait a minute. You mean everything since 2004?
It was when they were doing it really, really wrong. I'll put it that way.
Again. You mean everything?
We're talking about Fine Cast era, my friend. Fine Cast era. It was bad.
Oh, that was like 6th edition.
Yeah. Maybe it was a little later. I don't know. Anyways, I want to try something new. I got into War Machine. I started playing Cricks as my first faction. Is
that on?
It is on. Okay. Yeah. I went and turned it on. It was the end of Mark II. I started working there after Mark III had started.
If this works.
Good.
It's a 0.2 needle.
Oh, here, you can just use this real quick.
I'm fine.
Okay. Anyways, so Crix has this like really special kind of place in my heart because I love Crix. I love the way they look. I love the aesthetic. I love the theme. Undead robot monster stuff is pretty cool to me. So I'm really stoked about it. And so
I saw those models and I really liked them as well.
which ones?
The pirate trolls with the sharks as weapons.
Oh yeah, we have some of that stuff floating around here.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Pirate Trolls, we have the whole main set.
Yeah, we have the older. Charles might be able to help us out here. It was before they did reboxing. So it would have been that box that you guys had when it first came out.
The dragon pup said brine bloods.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep, Brine Bloods.
Brine bloods. Are those the ones that I was looking at Adepticon?
The ones that you were looking at Adepticon are add-ons for that same army. So you would be able to use one of them is like a Warcaster for that army, etc.
Gotcha.
Did you see the big tentacled troll, the huge one that was painted orange?
Oh yeah, did you see that at
No,
the show?
I didn't get a chance to look at that booth.
Oh yeah, they have crazy.
They're gargantuan for
Wow.
that faction is really, really cool.
I really liked the hot air balloons, or not hot air balloons, but maybe one of them is.
Well, if
The
you have questions
ships.
about that, Charles is your guy because he knows. I think he has a whole army of that.
Abyssal King?
That's the gargantuan that he's talking about.
I'll look it up. up.
Recommendation for painting up some Eridani Light Horse, OD green. What kind of recommendations are you looking for? It's a broad statement.
Oh, that guy's cool.
So in Battletech, one of the biggest things when painting, regardless of the color, is making sure that you've got a mechanism for getting contrast on the model, because the models are very detailed, tons of panel lines, easy to get very one-dimensional on them. It's been the big gripe for a lot of people painting Battletech for decades and decades. The models just don't give you, like this Warjack is much bigger, obviously, than a Battletech Mini, but like Battletech, when we sit here and we look at, even an assault mech is about the size of a beefy Space Marine, like a Terminator, right? And so finding a way to work contrast onto them is going to be your biggest point, because they're a bunch of big flat surfaces in general. The ones that are more avian, that have a bigger body on top of backward hinged legs and stuff, give you a little bit better because there's a lot more underneath. But here, when they're just standard, tall, skinny humans with guns, it doesn't give you a lot of that ability to draw interest to it, except through color and contrast, right? So like I just got the front of all the weapons systems done in red in the Grey Death Legion. And then it's just gray, just military gray and some non-metallic kind of steel on them. But with the Eridani, when doing the greens, find a way to go from a very dark OD green, or dark blue would be a great base for them. And then move into your OD green and let a lot of that shadow color exist on the model so that it gives it some interest. I'm always searching for ways to keep Battletech models interesting, because they can get really lost because they don't accept weathering super well, because it takes them out of scale very quickly. They're meant to be multiple building stories tall. So you can't just do the same kind of weathering you would do on that Space Marine that's the same size, because they start to feel like Space Marine size instead of massive, hulking war beast.
Zazen, Gen Con was great. It's funny. I feel like everyone, like Kyle especially, dramatized how it was gonna be. He was like, prepare for this and this and this and this, and it was fine.
What's that?
Just Gen Con.
Oh. No, it's a great show. It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people, but it's not.
This was a good one to have be your first, because this year, even though it was a lot of people, was not the same energy like last year. Last year was a nightmare trying to get around, because people were so frantic trying to get to places for all the limited release stuff.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there were a lot less limited releases this year than there are typically.
There wasn't a whole lot of new stuff happening at Gen Con this year. We talked about it yesterday. It felt a little less energetic, but everybody was super cool and in a great mood. So I love the vibe of the show. I think it turned out really nice. It was good to see everybody.
Ghost Hunter, that's how I feel. Like, there are differences based on, like, depending on the size of the convention, but at all of them, I'm still, like, standing at the booth and doing the same thing that I did at the other ones, so it doesn't feel much different to me until I, like, walk out of the booth. And that doesn't happen very often. But it was fun.
Excellent.
And these are the new Mark IV War Machine models.
Yep. This is brand new stuff for Crix that just came out. Was it Charles? Was that stuff new at the show, or did that come out recently beforehand?
Game Delay said, we played a module of King Kong versus Cthulhu versus Godzilla. My character ended up abandoned on the island as King Kong's wife. It was hilarious, which Call of Cthulhu often isn't. That sounds crazy.
Watching Jordan paint War Machine is like being home. Been missing your stuff, dude. It's so weird. I haven't painted War Machine in so long but it.
That's not true. You painted that one right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna repaint him.
That doesn't matter. You painted him.
Classic.
It hadn't
But
been that
yes,
long.
I did.
It hadn't been that long. It's the mercenary
Yeah, not Magnus.
warcaster guy. Yeah, it's Magnus.
It is Magnus. Yeah. I did pull him out specifically for this stream. This model is sweet. It's gigantic, though.
Oh, that's cool.
It is huge. It is huge. It's got a huge base.
Yeah, this is what a.
It's like in between
70
Behemoth and Warjack.
Yeah.
Invictus. Yeah, that's the Jack's name. King Kong gave Game Delay a banana? What are you talking about? This is a family show.
This is a family. Thank you.
You can keep that stuff at home.
Wad, I will say, walking through the crowds at Gen Con
Oh my god.
is the worst.
Oh my god.
But I hate any crowds. Like
Yeah.
even crowds I'm a part of, I just can't. I can't stand it because I walk with purpose and direction, and
Yep.
nobody else does.
Yep. That's just Gen Con.
Everyone's meandering and just like suddenly stopping or like taking a step back to look at something that they like just glanced at, and I'm just trying to get to where I know I want to go. So it's terrible. But I'm like that with every crowd. I'm going to have to repaint him. Jordan may be older, but he's still Jordan.
Yep. Hey, just letting you
Never
guys know
change.
that I haven't changed. I'm still the same old Jordan that you know and love.
Just in case you were worried.
Just in case you were worried. What are you gonna do? Blue on these, Jason? Or do you still think
I'm
of that?
thinking about it right now. The last Signar that I did, my whole Signar army is yellow.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm half tempted to do that, but this is a new era. I can't use any of my yellow models, so why do I care? Because I played what my favorite list. I'm not even gonna remember what it was now. Oh, I'm not gonna remember who she was. The chick with a sniper rifle.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure Charles would know.
And 50 million of the light jacks.
Kara Sloan.
Yep.
There's Sloan.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I played Sloan
Yep,
with
Sloan.
50 million hunters
Yes, that sounds correct.
and the ones that jumped.
Yep. I remember that list. That list was obnoxious.
It was very a very good assassination list. It was like a turn 1 or 2 assassination list if you didn't play right.
Yeah, you had to bubble wrap your caster good. And even then, a lot of the time,
I just shoot right through you.
yeah.
I could jump in the 5 or 6 of the jumping dudes that had the really big melee attack and wallop people and then shoot through you with everybody else.
Polygon said, I've been on holiday, but I arrived home to a delivery of Hobby Awesome Sauce. I now own
Nice.
all the paints in the Pro Curl range apart from some of the metallics.
Awesome.
That's amazing.
So I don't know. What do we think? Do we think maybe purple Signar?
Oh, that would be
Ooh,
cool.
Purple.
Do we want to paint them blue? I mean, the blue is kind of ultramarines,
I mean,
right? Standard Signar. I'm stealing the mouse from you, so.
the blue looks really good.
Yeah, blue Signar, blue and white Signar is great. Blue, white, and bronzy gold
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and dark bronze would look so good.
would look really good.
Oh, it would look so good.
We'll go for some images for Signar and see what we come up with here.
Papa Chicken, there's no need to be concerned. Some days are just less chaotic.
See, here's one of the new ones.
This is a big nostalgia bomb stream for me, at least.
Yeah, they've been doing all their chatting. Don't want to bring in the chaos when it's not needed. Pink Signar.
Not even gonna ask who said that.
You don't even need to.
That's exactly what a doppelganger would say. No, no, no. Obligatory plaid Signar.
Yeah, I knew that was coming too. Great.
The funny thing is, there is a faction that you could have done a bunch of tartan on, but none of the new ones have tartan on them.
Wait, Charles, there's Storm Legion on horses?
That's
You held out on
awesome.
me?
Hi, Chuck. Also, Hoosiers, I saw you somewhere in here, and I
Uh-oh.
forgot to say
Did-
hi.
did Charles
So
let you
hi.
down?
Charles, there's a Storm Legion guy called Captain Rafe Huxley who's in like the
A
guys
battle suit?
the guy's in like a warjack outfit. Have you been holding out on me?
Uh-oh.
I'd have painted that guy in a heartbeat. Looks like I have to go purchase things, Charles.
Charles got us so good. He's like,
Charles is like, hey, the
Rip.
first hit's free. Oh, what is our Arcane
first
Mechanics
hits
unit?
free.
Can't believe how dare you. I can't believe you right now.
Yeah. Yep.
What are these Arcane Mechanics?
Oh, Jason, don't worry.
Charles, you are holding out on us, man. There's some good stuff here. All right, so I got to pick a real color. I got to pick something I'm behind on this that I'm like fully invested in. So I did my Minoth in purples that were really
Menoth
rich,
looked
like plum
really
purples,
good. Yeah.
and with the gold and the white. And so
think
I'm
I've seen
thinking
that.
I should do my Signar that way because I really loved that.
Yeah, it's really
Right?
good. It looks really good that way.
I really loved that, so maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do our Signar as an homage to that because that'll look really good with the blue glow in all the glowy bits
Yeah.
as opposed to the blue on blue glow, which I never really dug. All right, we're doing it. There you go, Shelby. You can have your mouse back.
Thanks. Bye, Missing Tasks. Thank you for joining us. Have a great night.
It's always Charles's fault. This is definitely your fault, Charles. Definitely 100% your fault.
Chuck said, hey, for once it's a different Charles's fault.
Yep. Oh, trust me. This Charles has a lot to be faulted
He's a
for.
troublemaker.
Bakamaru said, nah, do red so we can ask Eclectic Salmon when?
I'm not into this. I'm not into just throwing myself on the stake for you guys. Yeah, it'll be dark plum over the top of Payne's Gray. We're doing them kind of like the start to my Blood Angels, except we'll go instead of into the reds, we'll go into purples. We'll lean more into that version of the plum than the red. And we'll use some magentas.
Zazen asked, how good are the conventions for business?
How good are conventions for what?
For business?
Generally pretty good.
Depends on the show, usually.
Our industry is very weird because all of our conventions are typically based around consumer involvement. You know, most industries, that's not the case. Most industries' conventions are strictly trade conventions, meaning that you're only selling to stores and distributors and such. So it's always a breath of fresh air with us because we get to deal with the boots on the ground people and not just stores and distributors. We also get to talk to stores and distributors. But that makes it fun for business. Obviously, it's a lot more interactive when we do new releases. We didn't do any new releases at Gen Con, so...
Sugar Rush said,
But they're always good for us business-wise.
what's your ratio for airbrushing paints?
All right.
This is paint and airbrush.
1-to-1 ratio of paint and airbrush.
There is no thinning going on right now. And this is a 0.2 needle to give you an idea as well. So this is a very small needle, detail needle.
And we live in a very dry place.
All right. I think I'm doing my white.
Morse127's first comment. Great to see Jordan painting some War Machine. How are you going to do Cricks?
So, I don't think I have
White.
any white. Well, okay, I say white. It's really like dark ivory is the color that I'm doing for him.
Like bone.
It's like kind of like it's like a greenish bone. Like I want it to be a little bit cooler on the cooler side. It's not quite as warm as bone. It's definitely like an off-white ivory. I think dark ivory is like the perfect color. It's got a bit of chipping and rust effects in there. The question is, do I do red glow, like a really deep red glow, or do I do the traditional light
Which is
green,
green,
yellow?
baby.
That's where I'm at. Crix is green.
That balefire witchery nonsense. I don't see how you can change that. That's just it. My cricks are around here someplace. I played the dual battle engine list
The dual bat. Oh, are you talking about double Kraken
with Scar.
with Scar? Yeah, Scar double Kraken.
Hi,
They
Fire
weren't
Arc.
called Krakens. They were the battle
dumb.
engine. The big ghosty skull thing. The wraith. Big wraiths.
Oh, yes, the Wraith engine.
Wraith engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that takes me back.
Scar double wraith engine. Scar 1.
Yeah, because they were incorporeal.
Scar 1. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Charged through everything.
Yep, I remember this.
Had
now.
a big old long charge. You could boost their charge.
Yep.
You'd throw one up there and then Scar bomb them.
Yep. I'm remembering this now.
Well, you'd load them up with every buff imaginable, and they got in there with like 6 attacks,
Oh yeah.
and would just you couldn't survive. There wasn't a warcaster alive that could. I'm an assassin list builder, so I'm bummed that I don't think War Machine 4 really has assassination. Does it, Charles?
Yeah.
Does it still?
I'm sure it certainly does.
Charles, tell us the rules.
Yeah. Charles, I need a refresher. Can you help me out?
Charles, when does he get one of those sweet-looking Age of Anger models? We hope to have some for sending out for paint next month,
Woohoo.
sometime in September. So we will definitely get in touch and let you know.
Papa Chicken, for legal reasons, I am not going to read out that question.
Uh,
A lot of people got COVID there. You mean the flu? People got sick? Con crud?
I feel great.
I feel great.
Yeah,
I'm
we all
gonna be
feel really
honest.
good.
Yeah, I feel
Can't lie.
awesome.
We feel awesome. Any tips for orange glow so that it doesn't end up looking yellow?
I hadn't heard a lot of people complaining about getting con crud from Gen Con, which I thought was really cool. But I'm sorry to hear that you've heard a bunch of people that got sick. Our crew, knock wood, we've been feeling pretty good.
Yeah. I feel totally fine.
We don't really like tear it down at cons though. You know,
No,
as a
especially
group,
this show.
we're pretty timid. Like,
Yeah.
we don't do a lot.
We don't make a lot of noise.
Kind of boring.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
this
the way I
show in
would put that.
particular is so busy that by the time we're done, like at the booth, we're just ready to go to sleep. Have some
That's
food
true.
and go to sleep.
I did notice that I got more sleep at this show than I have at other shows.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, you're beat by the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna read out this question again. Any tips for orange glow so that it doesn't end up looking yellow?
Definitely don't use yellow. Typically, a lot of people will use yellow to make the orange a little bit more intense. Push it darker and use like a red fluorescent instead. Will help you out a lot. You just want to push it in the other direction, right? The two directions you can go is you can go more towards yellow and make it brighter that way, or you can make it darker by pushing it towards red. And the red is definitely going to be, it sounds like, closer to what you're looking for. Jacob Jansen Studios.
What?
Hello.
What's going on, man?
Hello, hello.
You are a hard man to find at Gen Con.
Jason was everywhere.
He was everywhere. Jason Jensen, hope all is well. Jason, you are a hard man to find at Gen Con. I will be emailing you soon in regards to some plints.
You should. We've been hyping you up every time somebody says
true.
they want some sort of plinth holder thingy-majig.
Yep.
So I never know. I haven't talked to him in a couple shows, but I think he's the guy.
Yep.
So hope you're doing well. Good to hear from you.
I remember you, Jacob. I remember you.
All right, now I got to figure out from dark plum over dark blue
This is one of your
where I'm
plinths?
going for purple, and I think the correct answer
That's the wrong way.
is purple.
Got this sweet plinth from you a long time ago. Oh, did you guys join the scooter gang crew? Charles.
We did not. We didn't. I think Gabe rode on a scooter once.
I'm thinking royal purple.
It was the first night.
It was the very first night we got
We were
in.
exhausted.
It was like 1 a.m.
Oh, did he get a scooter?
So we walked
That's
from
funny.
our hotel to a bar to grab like a midnight dinner.
It was a
before-
restaurant. It was a restaurant with a bar.
Okay. Anyways, one of these things. So he gets there, and the first thing that they do, no, this is definitely a bar, 100%, because they checked his ID the minute he walked in,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and he didn't. He left his ID in the
Yeah, he
hotel.
left his ID at the hotel.
So he had to go back to the hotel. So he picked up one of the bikes on the way back, so that he didn't have to walk back. And he came back and he was like, "That was awesome."
He was very, very excited about
Yeah.
it. Kimberly said, "How do I keep it from looking yellow? Don't use yellow. This is why we keep coming back to Baby J."
I mean, when you're doing orange glow, to give it like contrast, you're gonna either use yellow or you're gonna use red.
Yeah.
And if you don't want it to be yellow, use red.
That actually makes a lot of sense. When I think about orange glow, yeah, I get it. I'm learning.
Shall be doing the learning thing.
Be doing the learning.
We like it.
Zazen said, "How's the thick paint coming along?"
I'm sorry?
Thick paint. Heavy-bodied acrylic.
Oh, the head-body acrylic.
Very good. I have the last colors to approve right now, and as soon as I get those approved, we can start thinking about production. Unfortunately, we're held up on the tubes. The material for the actual tubes that we're packaging in is delayed, so we'll have a little bit more time before we can get to packaging, which is a bummer, but we will survive.
It was great meeting you too, Jacob. I've met so many people from stream at Gen Con.
Oh, it was amazing.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah, that's the best part always. Getting to hang out with the community.
Yeah.
You guys, as always, are amazing.
Except for that one guy.
You will never know who he's talking
Now
about.
they'll be wondering. This is how I get them every year. Except for that one guy. You know who you are. Now they'll be like, was it me?
Charles said that the scooters saved his legs.
Yeah.
I kind of love walking everywhere. I love walking places, and I don't get to do it here, so I kind of liked it.
Shelby's scary.
What?
Shelby is 100% scary.
Oh, Tapple Jackson said he was afraid to say hi.
Is she even a real human?
Nope. I a robot.
Nope. Well, she admitted it.
Right. Deep purple Signar.
Charles asked what base color you're spraying on, Jordan.
Yeah, so this is excuse me, drab brown from the Adepticon set. It's going to be a really great undercoat for the dark ivory that I'm going to spray over this. Give it a little bit of that kind of cool greenish undertone. Have a little bit of that sickly green look. It's very similar to what Jason typically does with his underpainting for yellow on like the Death Guard.
Kirk Polo, thank you for the resub.
It is kind of funny. The color that I did for my Crix is not dissimilar to the Death Guard colors that you did. It won't be quite as white.
Always copying me, chat.
Hey,
Always
it's
copying
different. It's different. All right.
Me. Always copying me,
Cool
chat.
it over there.
That guy.
Cannibalistic,
over there.
cannibalistic zombie. There's always next year. You should definitely go next year.
Always copying me.
Do you do like burgundy cloth? Because I'm doing burgundy cloth on my stuff.
Breakup Google said, "Why are you guys doing War Machine? Did something happen at Gen Con with it?"
We
got some.
We got
they bought
some.
models.
We were convinced.
So War Machine has been one of the games that I was a diehard proponent of for lots of years. You've seen me
same.
paint. If you've been around the stream for a long time, you've seen me paint more War Machine than any other thing other than maybe Games Workshop, just because Games Workshop. But yeah, I was very bummed out when I...
Hey, Jason.
What?
Jen's asking if you need to be somewhere at 3.
I do. Thank you for the reminder. I have a 3 o'clock meeting, so you guys will be on your own here for a bit.
I love that it's, hey, do you need to be somewhere? Instead of, hey, you need to be somewhere.
What's that?
I just love that she asked, like, hey, do you need to be somewhere? Fully knowing that you do, in fact, need to be somewhere.
Yeah, well, she's probably wondering, like, did my meeting get postponed or anything, but it did not, so. Luckily, it's right down the street.
Jason goes into the meeting. He's like, all right, we need to make this quick so I can go back and paint some more War Machine.
Like, I'm really excited about painting War Machine, so nice to meet you, but I gotta go.
I am excited that you're also excited about this, Jason. It's cool when we're both really excited about the same sort of thing, especially when it comes to painting. It's really cool.
Papa Chicken said, considering cadmium is a relatively dangerous pigment, why do some companies continue to use them? What do they achieve that other pigments cannot?
I mean, it's not really. I mean, it's dangerous if you eat it. But it's really not. You know, it's people that say, you know, like the cadmiums, the heavy metals are not for use in, you know, like children's paint, which they used to do. And that's why that became a thing, right? Like you don't want to put it in finger paint for preschoolers. So they moved away from that type of pigmentation for, you know, more general use paints. But from a standpoint of artist grade paints, no, it's like the de facto standard for a lot of colors is to use those heavy metals.
I think there's a lot of traditionalism in it too. A lot of people just use it because it.
Well, I mean, you can make the same color. You can get damn near the same thing from synthetics, but there's no reason to.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're worried about it, don't use it. You can get reasonable facsimiles.
Chochacho, we like Gamer's Grass a lot. That's a good base tuft brand.
Yeah, they make a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, they took a lot of my money at LVO, so you know.
I feel like that's a.
Ooh, that's cool.
Aw, hey Kerwin, you should have said hi. Did I actually look mad? Maybe tired, but not mad. Tadpole Jackson said, have you guys considered making a dark ivory primer?
A what?
A dark ivory primer?
No. You know, it's one of those things where it really comes down to how we paint. And we paint from dark to light. And that's how we teach. And I'm always a proponent of that. There are times where painting from light to dark with like a, you know, an ivory style primer works really well. But I feel like white gets you there just as easy. You can mix white with the black brown and get a really good dark ivory if you really need it. Yeah, we do have some really cool spray primers coming out, though. Right, I think that's pretty good for my purple base. Clean this up. I got a jet. I leave you in capable hands. Well, semi-capable. Jordan's capable. I'm not sure about our producer over there.
Oh, dang.
Left to our own devices,
Because I'm chaotic.
the world would burn.
Chaotic capable.
She's capable of horrible things.
Yeah, if I looked mad at Gen Con, it was probably because Game Delay just asked me how my knitting was going. So you can blame him for that.
Dang.
But I did get some really cool crochet hooks.
You mean knitting hooks?
Don't fall asleep tonight, Jordan.
I'm gonna fall asleep nice and comfy in my bed.
Okay.
Tonight?
Yep.
Or right now?
You do that.
No, no, we got stuff to do right now.
Roll into my meeting with the airbrush. I'm already going to roll in there with paint all over my hands. And right after my meeting, I have a 5 to 7 meeting with other executives from the valley. And I always walk in like, hi, nice to meet you. Let me shake your hand. I have paint all over mine. What's going on with you? People are always like, what are you doing? What is all over your hand? My job. I paint little men. Hi. Nice to meet you. That's usually how I do it. Hi, my name is Jason, and I paint little men.
Watt said, look, I'm going to drink mercury lead highballs, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Paint Minis Live, we sprayed about 22 PSI with everything.
Wow,
So
that's
22
crazy.
PSI, zero thinning on anything that you saw me spray right then. And just to give you a real quick close-up on that, if I come over here, Switcher, boom. like
Cho-Cho-Cho,
that, yeah.
you are very welcome. They have lots of fun basing material.
Right, you'll see I get a very, very smooth coverage with ProAcryl. Our paints spray like a dream. This is with no thinning, no water, no flow improver, no nothing. Right, that was multiple. That was dark. That was the Payne's Gray base, into dark plum, into royal purple. And that gives me a good purple. Nice and smooth. When I'm looking for good color and vibrancy, I don't thin at all. And like I said, here in Arizona, 22 PSI works fantastic for us. I got to jet to my meeting. Have a great rest of the stream, guys. I will catch you again tomorrow.
Bye,
Bye,
Jason.
Jason.
Be nice to him, Shelby.
We'll see.
Depends on whether or not they deserve it.
Most of the time, they don't.
Yeah, most of the time, they are not deserving.
ETA on spray primers, do we know?
Not for human consumption.
No.
Yep. Yep, there you go. That's what you get.
Okay, that's the only answer you're getting, I guess. Yes, Jacob, I did buy them. I saw them and squealed with delight at the idea of them.
The idea of what?
The crochet hooks that I bought.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
I was so excited. I did not think that there was going to be anything at Gen Con that would get me that excited, but lo and behold.
And you were wrong.
Lo and behold, I saw yarn and I zeroed in, and then I walked over and I was not expecting to find the crochet
Aren't you
handles.
happy, though? Doesn't that just make you so excited
Yes.
about life
I was
and
very
your
excited.
hobbies?
Yeah, it's so easy to just drop money. I understand now.
The problem
Yeah.
with Gen Con, I just spent like $800 problem.
Yeah.
I did not spend $800. I did the first year I went to Gen Con. I did not know better.
They had
I had not
crochet
been-
classes? I'm sorry, what?
Shelby don't need those. She needs knitting classes.
It's true. I do need knitting classes. I don't need crochet classes. But still, that's incredible. Oh, so fun. See, I need to attend a convention as an actual person.
Good luck. Not gonna happen. Welcome to my life.
I don't feel like a real person when I'm attending as a worker.
It's because we're not. We're just employees trying to get work done.
Jordan, do you have a gallery or Instagram or something that has your painting? I was trying to find some of the paint jobs you did back in the day for privateer.
Oh, unfortunately, those. I don't know if Charles is still here. He might be able to tell us if there's an old gallery floating around of all the old miniatures. To my knowledge, and believe me, I am right here with you with this. I don't believe there is one. I think that a lot of that stuff is just gone or lost to the depths of time. Don't worry, I am likewise disappointed and sad. It's kind of like 3 years of your life and your professional work kind of just goes up in smoke, which is a bit of a bummer. Um, Not that it's like my best work, but I mean, there's a lot of, I spent a lot of time painting a lot of those models. The stuff that I painted for um, Warcaster, I'm pretty sure is still floating around. There wasn't a lot of it before I left. It was like the first Kickstarter that I did. All the rest of it was largely finished up by some other people.
Vector asked, why 22 psi in Arizona? Would it be different if you were in Canada?
Um, I mean the pressure is going to be different no matter where you are, right? Everywhere has got a little bit different pressure based on their elevation and humidity, things like that, temperature. For us, 22 psi works great here. It's a suggestion of a place where you can start, but feel free to try a little bit higher and a little bit lower and see what works best for you.
Yeah, Jacob, he was, the guy at that booth was super cool. I was asking him about his process for dyeing and turning the wood that he uses for his pens and
Oh, did they?
books.
Was the person who makes them there?
Yeah.
Well, that's very cool.
Yeah, it was super interesting. Well, that's how I learned that he dyes the wood before he turns it so that it gets the cool, like, grain variations depending on the hardness of the wood.
Well, that's very cool.
It was very interesting. Paint Minis Live, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys were able to get our paints in stock. That's awesome.
Very cool.
I'm glad that it was easy working with Philip.
Mr. Philip. Monsieur Philip.
Tadpole Jackson, I did not get the knitting game that I think it was Jade. It was either Chuck or Jade sent in the Gen Con chat. It was I didn't know how it played, and so I didn't want to just like pull the trigger and decide to get it. But I might look into it later. But I don't knit. So
That sounds like a personal problem.
it really is.
It really is.
Personally, it's a problem for me.
Alrighty, where do we go from here? I think we're gonna figure out what some of these metallics are gonna look like.
John Setzer, that's awesome. I would love to go to a class like that. Hand soap and lip balm? Yes, please.
This guy's very neat. Metallics, huh? Okay. Let's take a look. I'm gonna clean up my palette here.
Jacob, that's really cool. Deadbeat Artist asked, what models are these?
These are some models from War Machine. You may or may not have heard recently it was picked up by Steamforge Games. It was originally a Privateer Press IP. Now it is owned by Steamforge Games. They've been making some really interesting changes to the game and all that stuff, etc. So yeah, we got some while we were at the show, and we're both really excited to paint some. Jason and I both have a very large background in War Machine, be it from either, in my case, working for Privateer Press, or or playing a lot of the games, as it is in Jason's case. All right.
It's very fun. I'll have to look at the models that you have laying around that have the sharks and the pirates.
Yeah, totally.
Love me some pirates with the shark guns.
They're pretty darn good. Oh, CF3PO, Mr. Charles, he is back. Disruptor. How do you pronounce that?
Disruptor?
Disruptor.
I don't think I would go so hard on the OR. Disruptor? That just feels awkward. You know what I mean?
Disruptor. Charles, are we getting that right?
Disruptor eviscerus.
Eviscerus. Disruptor eviscerus.
After bone jack.
It's a bone jack. And its head comes off.
I can't read. Is it supposed to be... Is it not supposed to be disruptor? Or is it something else?
You can't read? Charles is like, I can't read. Cannot help. Can't read.
Ghost Hunter has the Brine Blood Admiral. She's a delight to paint.
Oh, Ghost Hunter. Is that the one with the pirate hat?
I think it's the lady.
She's a lady with the pirate hat? Ermagerd Disruptor?
Disrupt or do not disrupt her. What?
To disrupt or not to disrupt?
I can't comprehend that. Let me see what... I think I know who you're talking about. This lady. Does she have an octopus on her hat? Ghost Hunter?
Screwball. Question for y'all. When
And
looking for color scheme inspirations or just inspiration in general, where do y'all go? Honestly, as cliche as this gonna be, Google. Just look at cool pictures of models.
True.
Look at cool painted armies that you see. I don't know. Watch some movies, read some books. Just kind of. There's a lot of different roads that you can go down for that.
Even just like color palettes.
Yeah.
Like the little like strips of color that are just like next to each other. Those
that
are
can
great.
be super helpful too. For sure.
Ghost Hunter, that model is super cool. I like her sword.
All right,
And
we're gonna
her
go magnesium for the silver here.
Every time there's a color scheme that I've pulled in my years of working here, there's a color scheme that every time it gets ordered and I like pull it and I see it, I just love it. And it's usually orange, turquoise, and bright yellow green. Every time I see it, and I'm like, oh, it's so good. So I want to do something with it.
Orange, turquoise, bright yellow, green. Yeah,
It's great. It's a good color palette.
The cool thing about this is I can take these little pieces off and get better access to some of the parts of the model that are hard to reach, which is great.
You can take them off?
Yeah, so a lot of these like warjack pieces are all magnetized. So you can magnetize them all to have, because they have different alternative options for like heads and stuff like that do different things in the game.
I love that.
It's cool, right?
That's amazing. My mind has been thoroughly blown. That's fantastic. There was a model I almost got at Gen Con. I don't know if you saw it, but it was a couple of booths down. It was a chicken on a pile of skulls.
Oh, yep.
It's awesome.
I remember that model.
Yeah.
Why didn't you get it?
Bah.
Bah.
They're so small. And I have so many models.
That's true.
Didn't want to get any more.
Shelby's got plenty of stuff to work on.
Yeah. Plenty. I do want to paint my She-Ra models. I think that's gonna be my paint project that I do next. I want to figure out how to make some of their clothes look kind of glittery.
Oh, nice.
Because they just look like Barbies to me. Battle Barbies. Screwball asked, are War Machine minis metal?
No.
They are not.
They used to be. Back in the day. They used to be typically cast resin and metal hybrids. Nowadays, though, they are 3D printed.
Jade Jade commented, she said more models. She's been lurking and that brought her out. Jade, I don't need more models.
Yes, she does.
No.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because I have so many hobbies, I don't need more models. I have more projects like spread out over all of my hobbies than I need. So the amount of models I have is fine. Oh, she just got on yard work. Strello, they are not metal. No longer.
No longer. No more metal mortals.
Tech Elf, thank you for the sub.
Oh, thank you. Getting in here with this magnesium, painting it up.
But I probably could achieve the glitter. I could achieve somewhat of the glitter with the metallic medium, but I'm honestly thinking more of like a stippling effect where I do kind of some darker colors and then like I don't even know how to describe it. I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna try a little bit of stippling, and it might be terrible, and I might just go a different route. But we're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna try. Jess, thank you for the resub. Welcome.
Welcome back. Resub o'clock.
It is a lot of resubs today. Thank you, everybody. Papa Chicken said, I'd say they're still metal. Not made of, but more like headbang and metal kind of cool.
I mean, there's definitely something to be said for that.
I agree.
In the War Machine
I
universe.
agree with that wholeheartedly. Deadbeat Artist said, I refuse to buy more models until I sell some finished ones. That might be a good way to keep you from spending. I really need to figure out how I can sell the things that I make, because at this rate I'm just buying things for my hobby and not like I can't make any sort of profit off of it at this stage.
I don't know. I purchased something that you made.
Yeah, you have.
I have contributed to Shelby's earning of money through her hobby.
He has done that.
It was a well spent money on my part.
Yeah, that was a fun project.
Yeah. Turned out really good too.
Mm.
Turns out Shelby's pretty freaking awesome.
I was pretty proud of that.
You should be. It's awesome.
Because I didn't follow a pattern for it. Could I replicate it? No. I don't remember what I did. But
I think if you were challenged to make something similar, you could make something that was really cool.
yeah, it would take me as long to make it. I wouldn't be saving any time. I should have written down the pattern, but I wasn't thinking about it. But I'm just not good at like selling the things that I just make for fun. You know what I mean? Like the earrings I've been making.
You should sell those.
It'd be really fun. I still don't know how I would.
What do you mean you just don't know?
I just don't even know how I would do that.
Okay, we need to talk after this.
Okay. Bye, Wad. Have fun.
Bye.
Tadpole Jackson. It was like a slime, like a blob.
If you are familiar with anime, it is the slime from I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. That one, Rimuru. Rimuru.
Cute little guy.
It was actually very large and very cute.
Very squishy. Yeah, the face was fun on that. It was a fun project.
Yeah, it turned out amazing. It was so good.
Yeah. It was a hefty little
It
slime.
was a very, very large plushie.
It was awesome. Jade said she needs to lock herself away for a year and just paint because she's bought so many models.
The answer is just don't buy more models and paint more. Or alternatively, just keep buying models and paint more.
Yeah. Just in general, up the painting.
Yeah. Like you don't have to stop buying models, you just need to paint more. That's the problem.
Morse said, so Jordan, you should start a website to show your stuff off.
I mean, I do have a portfolio website. I just don't use it because I don't need to have a portfolio for my painting work anymore.
He has hours and hours of streams.
Yeah. I mean, I also painted the vast majority of all the models for the Ribbonstone thing. I have plenty of models that I can take photos of here that I've painted. Like, I got plenty of stuff to show people. Also, like, yeah.
Idiotina Rampage said, so what paints are on the menu today?
Well, I am currently using Bold Titanium White to undercoat some areas where the glow is going to be.
Ooh, glowy.
I have been using magnesium for all the silver on this guy.
Tapple Jackson, I am also a perfectionist. And I found that the biggest thing with just painting is like reminding yourself that it's not permanent. It feels very permanent, but it's not. He's got to put paint. Just put paint on it. And then it all starts to come together. You go, oh, I thought I liked this part, but then I painted this part, and now I need to change this part a little bit, and that's okay.
That is okay. Shelby is correct. Shelby knows.
I know.
He's been tutored.
You've got to trust the process. Sugar Rush asks, what's the painting challenge this month?
Well, I need to post it because I've been very busy since I got back from Gen Con. It's been difficult to get that posted. But we have 4 colors. We have dark plum.
Ooh.
We have dark magenta.
Ah.
We have dark turquoise.
Ooh.
And we have the yellow green. I think it's yellow green.
Oh.
And yellow green. These must comprise the main colors of your model for the challenge.
Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, I love those colors.
So this is the color palette. Most of the model must be painted in these colors. If you are not doing so, you're not doing it. You're not doing it correctly. Ghost Hunter, it'll either be today after work or probably more likely tomorrow morning. Actually, I could probably do it from home. So I'll take care of it after work tonight.
Papa Chicken said, it's only very recently that I've learned how freaking important it is to have fun while you're painting. Yes. It is very important. If you're not having fun, put the brush down.
Deadbeat artist, it's okay if you have none of these colors. As long as you have stuff that's very close. You can use colors from other ranges if you have them that are very similar. Remember, the whole model does not only need to be painted in these paints. You can use other colors as well. Just remember that you can mix other colors into these as well, right? You can use white, you can use black, you can use ivory, you can do all these things. But these colors must be representative of the color palette of your model. in some capacity.
I like it.
It's like
I'm a big fan.
it's like a structured challenge. It's a structured painting color challenge.
Are they always structured?
Well, no, because there's limited palette. This is a structured palette.
Oh, I see. Yes.
See where I'm getting with
I
that?
getcha. Yeah.
We are providing structure.
You can use other colors, but those ones have to be the most prominent.
They must be prominent.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. I'm with it.
Shelby knows what's going on. She's picking up what we're putting down here.
I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
I'm sorry, what? Did you just say you smell what I'm stepping in?
You've never heard that before?
No.
Kids.
Wow. Wow, that's saying a lot coming from you.
That's why I said it. It's funny.
Shelby, you're an animal. A 21-year-old animal.
It's good stuff. I like it. Spatsnat said, you can always prime over it. Just ask Jordan.
True.
Yes, exactly.
Never fear.
Oh, Jen said, those are 4 fantastic colors that were obviously chosen by some awesome people.
Yep, they were chosen by me and by Jen.
Maybe.
And I may have stolen one that Jen really wanted to put into the challenge.
Nice.
Stealing is also a pretty inaccurate term there. I utilized a color by picking it first, and she was upset.
That makes sense.
From what perspective does that make sense? That I would pick a color that she liked and that she would be upset at me?
Yes.
Okay. That's fair.
I understand it. It'd be like, you remember when we were doing the March challenge, and she wanted to pick first because she knew that if she didn't, then one of us would pick the one that she wanted to pick.
Correct.
So I respect it.
She's learning.
Lord Commander gets what she wants.
Lord Commander does in fact get what she wants. Or she's not Lord Commander anymore. What do we call him? Lady Commander? Lady Commander.
I don't know. Does she need a title change?
She was more happy with that than the other. So therefore I think this works.
There you go. Sounds like stealing to me. Pop chicken. That's funny. They just have the same taste in colors. That's okay.
It's true. Dark plum, probably my favorite color.
Ever? In the whole wide world?
Yeah, probably.
Wow. I don't know what my favorite color in the whole wide world would be. I love so many colors. And for so many different things. Sometimes I'm drawn to different colors for different scenarios.
That's a pretty fine place to be with it.
Yeah. Like orange, I would not say orange is my favorite color by any stretch of the word, but sometimes I see orange in a certain capacity and I'm like, oh, that's a good orange.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are definitely, like, spectacular oranges that need to...
I need to have their moment to shine.
Yep.
But is it my favorite color? No.
It could mayhaps be.
It could mayhaps be, but it's not.
What is your favorite color?
I don't know. I just said that. I don't know. Because there's different scenarios.
What is the color that you most frequently
There's so
reach
many.
for?
There are so many that I frequently reach for. I don't even...
What's your favorite color to wear? Let's start somewhere.
To wear?
Yeah.
I wear a lot of black, but that's not really a color.
I mean, it's a color.
Sort of. Oh, Jacob, I'm sorry. I still really like orange and yellow. They're just not my favorite. To wear, gosh, it just depends. Depends on if I'm feeling bright. If I'm feeling bright and colorful, sometimes I might pull out a pink.
You were saying how much you really are appreciating pink more and more these days.
I am. I never thought I would be a pink girl, but I am kind of drawn to pink a little bit. But I'm also drawn to like cream colored
Mm-hmm.
and black. I like deep browns. Those are really nice. I like green, but like muted green, like a
Okay.
dark sage green.
Okay.
Blue. I like
So-
kind of more
so all
muted
the colors.
blues.
Got it.
Oh, yeah, Dead Bee Artist Millennial Gray isn't fantastic. The one thing I will say about Millennial Gray is that it is easy to just speaking in like interior design, it's a nice color to use to then be able to use lighting to bring in the ambiance and the colors that you want.
Look at this. We're getting sophisticated here. We're really exploring what it means to have sophisticated colors.
Hey, it's all about the feng shui.
I mean,
Is there a boomer gray?
is there boomer gray?
uh,
That's funny.
it is devastating though when people buy these beautiful, wonderful old houses and then they just gut them and make them all like mid-century modern. Like no, oh,
Leave old houses like old houses.
leave
should be.
it.
If you're gonna put up a
so
new house, you
beautiful.
can make it all mid-century moderny.
Yeah, exactly. Buy a new house. Don't buy an old house and destroy it. Don't take away its personality. The Hobby Corner, thank you for the raid.
Oh, hello. Thank you.
We're talking about Millennial Gray.
Let me be specific. You are talking about millennial gray. I have said nothing on the subject.
Hypothetically, you decided to dye your hair. What color are you gonna dye it? Ooh, that's a great question. But that is also completely different than colors that I would wear. I have considered dyeing my hair before, and I considered like a dark color, like
Ashy something.
like black almost, not black, but I've also considered like a reddish, and
It'd be very interesting seeing you as a redhead.
it wouldn't be like full red. It would just be basically my hair, the darkness that it is, but
Mhm.
like slightly red.
Hmm. My statement remains the same.
Okay. And then I also have considered like a chestnut brown. But at the end of the day, it's just a lot to keep up with.
But keeping your hair dyed.
Yeah. It's a lot
It's
to
expensive.
It's expensive and it's a lot to do.
Yeah.
My hair also I think grows fast, so it would just be a lot. Yes, deadbeat artist. In public places where they don't care about the feng shui, it looks antiseptic. And that's just a tragedy. And Spatsnat said, based on the first PA bottle that I'm going to use up first, my favorite color is glaze wash medium. Kimberly, that's how I feel. I love architecture, and it makes me so sad that we sacrifice like the beauty of architecture for low costs. There's no artistry anymore. It's all gone. Architecture.
What are
It's
you?
lost!
What are you doing
Lost,
here,
Christopher.
Christopher? What are you doing here? What do you mean working?
That's why I really want to go visit the East Coast. I would really love the houses on the East Coast.
Well, there's a lot more.
It's older.
Yeah.
It's just an older part of our country.
Yep, a lot more old
I
housing.
mean, Arizona was founded in what, 1912?
That's pretty recent.
That's barely more than 100 years ago. Barely. That's just crazy. Tyler Summers, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for not painting your house gray. I think everyone deserves a house that is a fun color. Shelby, age 21, complaining about kids these days. Yeah.
Par for the course.
I just, especially after I like traveled in Europe, gosh, coming back to United States and seeing all the buildings was deeply depressing. I loved the buildings. I'm considering getting like a very gothic style tattoo because I love it so much. Get off my lawn. Yep. I don't knit, Sugar Rush. I don't. They keep reminding me of things that I can't do, Jordan.
Well, that's just unfortunate.
It is.
Isn't that just disappointing, Shelby?
It is very disappointing.
Oh, well, maybe you should knit more.
Maybe you should shut up.
Maybe you should shut up, man. Jeez, why are you such a pain in the butt, Jordan? Why you be so mean to me?
I do want to. I just. How I feel. How I feel every time I think about.
I'm not sure how to feel about that. What you just did, I don't know how to feel about that.
Well, figure it out.
That's not how that works.
Being in the South, the most depressing thing is driving past beautiful 100-year-old houses that are being eaten up by the woods. Oh, see, I just. If I had all the money in the world, I would buy houses and I would like just make them beautiful. I would go crazy with interior decorating, and I would clean up around the houses, and I would do landscaping. It would just be absolutely fantastic. Love it.
Shelby, you're in charge of my apartment when it comes to that. We gotta hire Shelby.
Depends though. Unless you want to go mid-century modern, then I'm out completely.
I don't know about that. I'd like it to look nice and be like presentable.
Yeah. I'm like starting to get my room all in order. I have so many plans for my room. I just need to do it, but it's gonna take a lot. I have popcorn ceiling, and I really want to
get rid of it.
I want to remove it, and I want to paint the ceiling, and then I want to get a ceiling medallion and like embellishments to put in the corners.
Oh my gosh. Shelby.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Shelby.
But first I gotta, remove the popcorn ceiling.
Yeah, good luck with that. That's a whole thing.
It is. And I want to paint the walls.
That's also a whole thing.
Yeah, it is. It's all whole things. I understand. I understand the feat that I'm stepping into. Yeah, Bagamaru, it's gonna be rough. But you know what? I think I can do it relatively easily. I think I can do it. If I prep well enough, I can do it. I have these shelves that go all the way around my room, and I'm thinking that I could probably just tape like plastic, like tarps and stuff, along the very like edges of my my ceiling, and then scrape it off so that it all just slides down to the bottom where I can just gather it up into the plastic and then just toss it. Fingers crossed. And I don't have to get our house, I don't have to get the ceiling tested for asbestos because our house was built after they made it illegal. No. I just have to do it.
So what are you waiting on?
A free Saturday is what I'm waiting on.
I'm sure you've had plenty of those.
You don't know my life. You don't know my story.
I think you're lying.
Yes, I would wet it down with a sprayer. Yeah. I know all the things. I just need to do
Just
it.
gotta do it.
Just gotta do it. And I would do it before painting my walls, I think. I can really get some good lines. Be gorgeous. And I think I'm gonna paint the ceiling like a green. It's gonna be really cool.
Have you told your mother about these plans?
Oh yes, she knows.
Is she on board?
Yeah.
Great.
My room, so her plan for my room is to, I think, make it like the craft room when I move out eventually. I don't know when that will happen, but because I have a huge window, so it gets really good light, and so it's just very light and airy. It's the perfect like craft room because I also have a wide windowsill that you can like basically sit on, and it's just it's great. So she's on board.
Okay. Great.
The vibes match, you know? The hints of Victorian, like French provincial vibes, they fit crafts.
Do they now?
They do. Oh boy, they do.
I'm not sure how I feel about this bronze.
My daughter painted her room ivy green with sections of it having gray brick mortar showing through. When she bought her own house, she repainted her new bedroom the same way. Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be me. I'm gonna do the same vibe of the room that I have now. Because it's only hints. It's like, I don't even know how to describe it. I commissioned a painting from my friend's mom of a ballroom scene. It's beautiful. It's the best thing I own. And it just ties it all together. And I will be carrying that out when I have my own place. Philip said, why do the things Jordan is painting just look like pinkies from Doom, but metal? I don't know what that means. Pinkies from Doom.
Oh, I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what Doom is, but I don't know what these pinkies are.
Pinky. Shelby Fisher is a patron of the arts. Yes. Don't you forget it.
Did you just say don't you forget it?
Don't you forget it, ever.
Oh my gosh. Shelby, it's you. How on earth will I ever forget it?
Great. Exactly what I want.
It's officially locked in my brain for all time.
Deadbeat Arts, that's awesome. Everyone says that their house looks like a time traveler's home. That's great. I love finding antique things to like display and just to like take it up a notch. I have these Beatles Russian nesting dolls on my dresser, and I love them. My dad has had them for years, and he gave them to me, and now they have their place of honor on my dresser. It's just John and John, because they did the same Beatles. I don't know why they did that. What color are you doing right now?
This is more magnesium.
Is that the color you didn't know how you felt about?
No, it's the brass.
Oh,
Or bronze, rather. The dark bronze. I'm
gotcha.
not sure.
I think I like the magnesium.
Well, the magnesium's great.
Okay.
That's not a question.
Oh, you're doing two different types of metals.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah, you see on the model right here.
Yes. Okay.
The dark.
I wasn't sure
dark
if you were
bronze.
just trying to figure out one type of metal, or if you were deciding between
Well,
two different.
all right. So the question is, do I do red glow, or like an orangey red glow, or do I do the traditional green glow?
Mm.
If I do the traditional green glow, I don't think it works as well with the color scheme.
I don't think so either.
However, this orangey red,
Mm.
I think will look really good.
I think the orangey red would look fantastic. I think you should just do the orangey red. It sounds like you want to do that one.
I don't know. Well, All right, so here's the problem.
Okay.
I'm a guy who habitually
Yeah.
paints studio schemes.
Right.
I love painting studio schemes.
Yeah.
That being said, this is like an old project that I've always wanted to get to look really nice and have an army for. But it's very non-traditional, which kind of drives me nuts. I think it looks cool. Not sure I would love it long term.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I do. I do know what you mean.
Like, you know what I mean?
Mm. Oh, you know my vote. I think the green would look weird. I know you're a creature of habit, but you know, maybe break from the mold. Reject the status quo.
If you don't like it, reprime it. I mean,
There you
hey,
go.
look at that. I gotta own up to my own.
Yeah, you could just paint it. Just paint one and see how you like it.
All right, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're going with the red.
Yes. Did
We're
it,
going with the red.
guys.
We're gonna see what's up.
Game delay. I will not be reading that.
All right, here we go. We're starting with fluorescent yellow.
Fluorescent yellow.
The nice thing is this will give me an idea of whether or not I would like that yellowy green as well.
Yeah. There you go. It's a twofer.
Yeah, I could also just paint one side and then do the other side
Yeah.
in a different color
You could do that.
and see how I feel.
See how it brushes your bones, you know?
See how it brushes my bones. What an interesting thing to say, Shelby.
That is still my favorite thing that I've happened upon.
Let me see how it brushes my bones.
Game Delay said, careful with yellow, Jordan. It might look yellow. That's what I learned today.
Yeah, thanks.
Just forewarning. This yellow might look yellow.
Hey, what I said was clear and coherent and made sense.
How do I make something not look yellow? Don't use yellow.
I mean, what else am I supposed to say?
It's just funny. It's funny, okay?
What more do you want from me? People? You guys suck. Why are you hating on me?
I'm not
Wow.
hating on you, just laughing with you.
Oh, I'm not laughing.
In spirit, you are.
Yeah, probably.
A. Kerwin said, do you ever paint smaller models or just stick with sizes that are better on camera? I paint small. I mean, this is... The models don't look very small when you're looking at it on camera, but they're still pretty small. Yeah.
This is a 40 millimeter base, so it's not like a huge model.
They're just not always like the... I don't know what scale you use for like D&D and stuff.
28 millimeter.
Yeah. But it's just kind of whatever they want to paint. So this is your workup for like an orangey red glow?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it looks really green right now, but
Yeah, we should have like a little text box in the bottom corner that says things in camera may appear larger.
that was funny, Shelby.
Thanks. I'm really happy you laughed.
You're winning the day.
I can really tell that you thought it was funny by how you laughed so hard. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want that one, do you?
No, because it's fake.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want your pity.
That's not pity. It's just humor.
Mm.
Just humor.
Mm.
Just, mean, desensitized humor.
Wow, that's kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? It really sucks. It really takes the wind out of it, huh?
Brushes your bones the wrong way.
All right, and here we go. On to the orange.
Game Delay said, seeing the models Jordan paints in person at Gen Con, I was super annoyed at how tiny and good they all were.
I wasn't even painting anything that small.
But still. You brought things that you painted, and they were tiny and good.
Did I really?
Can you believe this guy, chat? Can you believe that?
What did I bring?
Can you believe this guy?
I mean, that looks pretty cool.
I can't believe this guy. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's good stuff right there, Jordan. Game Delay said reach felt a lot bigger on camera. Yes.
Oh, fair.
And then you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so small. Papa Chicken said that guy needs to quit with that false humility. We know he knows. Yeah, we know you know.
Sure.
Does War Machine MK4 have a 2-player starter?
It will very soon. They showed off one at Gen Con, which looks honestly, this is freaking cool. I'm just gonna do this.
Yes, we did it. Yeah, Billy said, "Heads up, Jordan. That yellow is looking orange."
Indeed.
Could it be mayhaps because you used yellow?
Perhaps.
Funny how that works.
But this is a more yellow orange.
Color, am I right?
T. Schmidt, you would be correct. Oh yeah, 100%.
It looks cool. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. And all of a sudden, this bronze looks way better.
It looks like the inside of its body is a furnace, and I love that.
I'm in love with that.
I
love that.
I'm
part.
absolutely in love with that.
And very unique. Very different sort of cricks. I
Very
like it.
unique.
I've seen a lot of really cool looking cricks in the past.
I love that for you.
Oh, Shelby, don't ever say that again.
It's so funny.
Those words in that voice, never say it again.
That's why I said it, because I would never say that.
That the level of cringe that rolled off of you there is just horrifying. Truly, truly
You know, that's
horrifying,
the goal.
Shelby.
It really is. It's the goal. Oh man, Valley Girl Shelby scares me, chat.
Yeah,
She scares me too, don't worry.
she scares everyone.
She doesn't come out often. We keep her in the valley.
We keep her in the valley. She doesn't belong here.
She stays
we keep
down
her
there.
there in the valley.
Reminded me of an ex of mine. Oh gosh.
I'm so sorry for you.
Game delay, I feel like that's a good idea in theory, but then Valley Girl Shelby would come and it would be like, oh gosh, when is it over?
When is it over?
Valley Girl Shelby would be insufferable.
Yep. Yes, she would. She would be at that.
Valley Girl Shelby likes to knit. Yeah, Valley
no.
Girl Shelby knows how
Valley
to
Girl, yeah, Valley Girl Shelby is a professional knitter.
knit.
She learned many years ago.
They're opposites, her and I.
It's your dark side.
Yeah.
Dark side Shelby.
If I ever start talking like a Valley Girl on the reg, then I've probably been kidnapped or
By your alter ego evil twin.
something is deeply wrong and you need to help me. Told you she was a doppelganger. No.
Yep.
This is Valley Girl Shelby right now.
How do we know?
I actually do remember when Gabe did a D&D campaign for me and a group of friends, and my character had a Valley Girl voice. She was the worst.
Was she killed by unfortunate events?
We didn't get that far.
Would she have been killed by unfortunate events? Gabe, the world must know.
Probably. Given I grew up in SoCal, Valley Girl Shelby is just what I used to call a girl. Yes. Yeah, deadbeat artist. I don't know. That term just kind of came out of me. I don't know why. I don't say it very often.
For that.
On the reg. That didn't feel very Valley Girl to me, though. I don't hear a Valley Girl say that often. On the reg? No.
Shelby, no.
It just doesn't work.
Shelby, no. Stop. Cease and desist.
It's so funny.
It's deeply disturbing is what it is.
It's funny because, like, you really have to try. You really have to think about it in order to sound like that. And I don't understand. Don't understand how people can just talk like that. Your suffering sustains her. Now that I know it's something you hate, I will be using it against you.
Don't worry, because I will find something that you hate, and I will torture you with it.
Great. That seems a bit more extreme than what I was saying, but...
Exactly. That's how you win the fight, Shelby. You escalate.
That's true. You know, if I ever got kidnapped by, like, a crazy person, I would just try to be crazier than them. And I genuinely think I could do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to kidnap you. Holy crap. I'd be dead.
I think I could be crazier than them and get away by being crazier.
Good luck anybody who kidnaps Shelby.
Yeah.
Because you're in for a world of hurt.
I'll put up a mental and emotional fight that will make you crumble.
Unless it's your doppelganger, in which case, I don't know what happens.
Who knows?
But it's probably not great.
Who knows? Exactly, Tadpole Jackson. I can get crazier than this.
Nobody has seen the depths with which Shelby can be
What's your plan?
turned to the dark side.
What's your plan if you get kidnapped by a sane person? If I get kidnapped by a sane person, then I'll just act how I normally act, and then I'll still get away. Which is the level. What level of crazy am I trying to go for? You know. All depends on how crazy the person that's kidnapping me is.
Nope, don't have glaze and wash.
You doing? Big glaze and wash?
Oh, I need some glaze and wash.
What color are you using right now? Fluorescent red?
This is just regular red.
What? BPR?
Good old bold power red.
I hated that. Don't worry, everybody. I hated that for you. Jordan, did you already finish Snake Boy, or is he still wallowing in 47 pieces with resin bits littering your entire apartment? Well,
That one.
he's not finished. I keep remembering that I need to assemble my golden demon. Heck.
I will probably try and bring parts of it around once I get to the point where I can start actually painting part of it.
Yeah.
So the problem is, like, because it's a golden demon entry, I can't really half-ass it.
Yeah.
I have to full-ass
Get
it.
the whole asset.
I have to whole-ass it. So it really requires a deeper level of dedication than just, like, slapping it together and painting it on stream. Not that it won't be painted on stream, it certainly will be. But it requires a lot more cleaning and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Papa Chicken, I can't torture Jordan like that anymore.
Like what?
Not today. He wants me to say BPR like a Valley Girl. He thinks it'd sound like a new brand of beer, which I think you're right. No gameplay. You can't just slap half an ass on stream. That'd be the whole.
Yeah, Jason would know all about that.
BPR, Bold Pyro Red. That's what I abbreviated Bold Pyro Red to.
All BPR, everyone.
And I immediately regretted it. Not my best work.
Neither was
Oh
Valley
my gosh,
Girl.
Full Titanium White is BTW. That's incredible. Gotta say it. I thought BPR was a K-pop group. Wow, I can't believe Bold Titanium White is BTW. I could definitely say BT dubs in a Valley Girl accent, and it would be the worst thing you've ever heard. Hi, Avian. Welcome.
Never mind Shelby's craziness. She's a little,
They know what to expect. We don't have to apologize for this.
you might need to.
No. That's how acronyms work. Okay, I understand how acronyms work. I just never thought about the acronym for Bold Titanium White until this very moment. I only ever thought about Bold Pyro Red's acronym, but never Bold Titanium White. It dawned on me. This is, Avian, this has been a roller coaster of a stream, I will say. We've talked about many things.
We most certainly have.
Lots to do with painting and much more to do with not painting. Game delay, I didn't think that hard. I didn't the wit, it wasn't there for me. I'm glad you had that thought. I did not. Mike, I saw the Dirt King hat that you sent to Jason. Love it. He has it displayed in his office. It's amazing.
He does, actually.
It's like right, you walk in and it's right there.
Also, hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
How are you?
He got mad at you. The Dirt King. When is White Titanium Full Body coming out?
Keep on dreaming.
Dream, dream, dream. Dream, dream. You ever watch Shark Boy and Lava Girl? Was that
No.
after your time?
Yeah.
That was a good movie. Still is. It holds up.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
It definitely does.
You know what's really depressing?
Oh. I don't know if I want to know.
It's not that big of a deal.
Okay. Continue.
I don't have dumpling steamers for all the dumplings that I bought at Costco yesterday.
Oh.
Or the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
And I am deeply saddened by this.
I'm sorry. Didn't Gabe have a steamer?
He does.
Yeah. You'll get a steamer eventually.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Not the end of the world. Just the end of the foreseeable future.
Well, I think we can foresee a little further than that. But, you know. Or maybe not. Maybe we're just,
Oh, I missed the acronym from the last one. White Titanium Full Body. WTF. Funny, guys. Real funny.
Actually, wouldn't that be WTFB?
No, they said full body as one word, which I guess that wouldn't work. Full body probably isn't.
We need Jen to weigh in.
We need English. Wowza, it's 4 p.m.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Time flies when you're talking about acronyms.
Well, Shelby, would you mind throwing up a whole bunch of links?
Go. Did it. Love it. First link. Boom. Store.
Clean this up really quick, and then we'll switch to carry out mode.
Get it out. Wait. I'm gonna wait to throw up more links until it starts talking.
Alright.
I'm holding it in right now. Holding it up.
So, everyone, thank you so much for being here today. It's been wonderful getting a chance to hang out with all of you guys again after our long trip to Indianapolis. Make sure you guys check out all the links that Shelby is so kindly putting into chat for us.
Throwing them up.
Shelby is in fact throwing them up. Make sure you guys check out our store link. You guys can pick up all the wonderful paints that we've been using here on stream. All the Pro Acryl wonderful awesomeness. Also check out the FLGS link. It's a great place to find local stores near you that carry our products. We have a Discord full of 4,617 amazing artists.
Woohoo!
And also just 4,617 amazing artists, because they are all Amazing.
They are.
It's a great place to hang out. We do lots of Discord challenges and things like that where you guys can hang out and be challenged to paint cool goodness. And then also our YouTube link where you can check out all the wonderful shorts and long form video content that we have to teach you guys also a bunch of cool things. It's also a great place to check out all of the streams that you missed. So make sure to drop us a follow, see when we go live. We paint 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And in August Discord channel, Jordan. You know what, Ghost Hunter? You're correct. And there shall be one shortly. And I'm done with my weird outro, you guys. Much love. We're gonna find somebody to raid you guys, and much love from me, and we will see you all
Mañana. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, you're doing the same minis tomorrow. Sorry. Now, bye. Bye.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Yes. Yes, Morris.
You guys.